All right, so we're gonna see if we can get this right. So we got the Galaxy Z Flip 5, we got the Galaxy Z Fold 5, we got the Galaxy Watch 6, the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, and the Galaxy S9, S9 Plus, and the S9 Ultra. Whew, hey. I'm goated, baby. All right, y'all, what up, y'all? So today, man, Samsung announced a couple different products that we're gonna talk about and break down in this video here and tell you guys if I personally think, just off of my initial thoughts and impressions about, what they announced and if I think it's worth you guys to spend your money on. And again, we will be getting these products here in the house, but I just wanna kind of do this video here real quick and just talk about each one of those products. And so, first one we got up, and I'm looking down here because I got my notes. So the first one we got is the Galaxy Z Flip 5. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. The Galaxy Z Flip 5, one of the issues that I had with the Z Flip 4 was the fact that I felt like the front screen that they had on it felt like it was not really, it wasn't big enough for me. Like, it wasn't big enough to display enough information on it to be able to kind of use the front of that screen without having to open it up all the time. So what they did with the Z Flip 5 is they decided to change that front screen and give us, I think it's a 3.2 inch screen that they gave us on that one. So I'm gonna be honest, I feel like for the first time, the Galaxy Z Flip 5 is complete. I feel like we are now entering the stage of completeness of the Samsung foldable devices. And we're gonna talk about all of that in a whole nother video. But when it comes to the Z Flip 5, I do believe that I feel like for the first time, this might be the flip that they've gotten right throughout all of the other iterations that they've done so far. So am I excited about the Z Flip 5? Yeah, I would say so, and mainly because of that front screen, because let's be honest, that's really the only things that they really changed on it. It's not really a lot that they gave us on the Z Flip 5 other than the front screen change. They gave us an updated processor in it, and then it also can shut 100% closed. So now you won't have to worry about having any gaps or anything like that in between the screen when you guys actually have it closed, which is kind of a big deal because this way you don't have to worry about like dust particles or lint particles or anything like that getting in between that screen whenever you slide it into your pocket or whatever. So yeah, do I think the Z Flip 5 is a kind of a W? The jury's still out on that. All right, so the next thing we got, man, is the Galaxy Z Fold 5. Now, I'm gonna be 100% with y'all, man. The Galaxy Z Flip 5, I'm going back. The Galaxy Z Fold 5, I feel we really got the exact same phone. Again, I would say the only difference that they gave us is the updated processor, and the phone shuts now to where there's no gap in between the hinge systems. So they did give us a different hinge system on it, but again, not really enough to really make us go make that jump. And honestly, at this point, if I had a Z Fold 3, I would probably just keep that. Like, I wouldn't even upgrade to the Z Fold 4, although the Z Fold 4 was probably my favorite phone of 2022. Overall, it was just a dope phone to me, and I feel like when it comes to the Z Fold 5, I just don't feel like they gave us nothing. I feel like it's literally the exact same phone. And I feel like for the first time, I'm starting to feel like Samsung's kind of pulling Apple moves here, like as far as giving us literally the same device over and over. But at least like when it comes to Apple, I feel like Apple somewhat disguises it a little bit. Like they may do something to where they're gonna put like maybe like a red dial on it, or they're gonna give us something that's going to be noticeably different on this device than the last year's model. And I feel like with Samsung with the Galaxy Fold 5, I felt like they didn't do that. I feel like they legit gave us the same phone, like same phone. But anyway, I could be wrong, but y'all let me know what you think in the comments. The next product we got which is probably one of these two is probably the most that I'm excited for, and that is the Galaxy Watch 6, and we also got the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. Now, let's start with the 6. Honestly, now this one right here is the Galaxy Watch 4, I believe that I got right here. So the Galaxy Watch 4 here, and then I also have the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, which I love the Pro. We're gonna get to that here in a second. Now the Galaxy Watch 6, it's literally almost a carbon copy of the Galaxy Watch 4. I felt like they didn't really give us none. Yes, it has a slightly larger battery in it, but I mean, honestly, it is pretty much the exact same like design-wise than what we got on the Watch 4 as well as the Watch 5. And I just feel like on the Watch 6, I probably, just from, again, my initial impressions, I just feel like I wish they would have gave us something that's gonna be a little different. Like maybe change the colors of the dials here on the side, or maybe give us a different, you know, color on the back or whatever. Now they did give us some different watch bands that you can get and you can choose on Samsung's website. But as far as the look and design, I mean, if I'm spending that kind of money, I at least want to have something on my wrist that I can at least make me feel like I got the latest and greatest. Because right now, I feel like if I had a Watch 6 next to this Watch 4, I mean, it would honestly feel like the exact same watch, just being honest with you. But moving on to the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. Now, as you guys remember, the Galaxy Watch 5 series, they went away from the Classic name. They named it the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I love this watch. I thought this was a dope watch. I'll have a lot of that content down below if y'all wanna check that out. But honestly, I felt like one of the biggest drawbacks with this one was the simple fact of they got rid of the dial on this watch, which was the rotating bezel that a lot of people loved on the Watch 4 Classic. Now, with the Watch 6 Classic, they decided to bring not one thing back, but they brought two things back. The first thing they brought back is obviously they brought the name back because they got away from this whole Pro naming convention and they went ahead and went back to the Classic, calling it the Watch 6 Classic. Now, the other thing that we got with this new watch, with the Watch 6 Classic, is we got the rotating bezel back. So now for all you guys out there, man, y'all been wanting the rotating bezel back. It is back. Finally, I felt like as a channel and as a community, we did it, y'all. Like out of all of the complaining, out of all of the videos that I did here on the channel talking about them bringing that bezel back, because I felt like there was a whole group of people who did not buy this watch here specifically because the Watch 4 Classic actually gave them the look as well as that rotating bezel that they love. So the fact that Samsung listened to that, man, and they gave us the Watch 6 Classic, gave us the naming back, and they gave us the rotating bezel back, man, listen, I can't be mad at that, man. So shout out to Samsung for doing that. And I actually like the look and design that they did on it because it's kind of a nice blend between the Pro model of the 5 and then kind of bringing back that classic look that we saw in the Watch 4 Classic. So again, shout out to Samsung for doing that, man. I thought it was dope. Now there is one more other thing that I got to talk about when it comes to the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic that I feel like nobody's really talking about. And honestly, this is a bone that I got to pick with Samsung on, and that is the battery life. I'm not understanding why the Watch 6 Classic, if you look at the specs online, the Watch 6 Classic actually has a lesser battery capacity than what they gave us on the Watch 5 Pro. To me, I felt like, if anything, this was just gonna be a lateral jump as far as battery capacity than what they gave us on the Watch 5 Pro to the Watch 6 Classic. But the Watch 6 Classic, guys, has a battery capacity of about 425 milliamp hour battery, whereas the Watch 5 Pro, which is last year's model, actually has a larger and better battery in it at 590 milliamp hours. So I'm not sure why Samsung decided to go this route, because one of the things that you guys know has always been an issue when it comes to Samsung watches, at least on the Watch 4, which is kind of where the Watch 6 Classic's battery is kind of laying right there in between it, and that's the battery life. The battery life, I felt like on those watches was just not that good. So the fact that Samsung is kind of going back to that older battery of what we kind of got on this watch right here, which is the older version, I'm not understanding that. I wish they would have just gave us the same battery capacity of what we got in the Watch 5 Pro, because the battery life in the Watch 5 Pro was 100% legit, y'all. I praised this a whole lot when I did this content here on the channel, and I just would have liked to seen them carry that over to the Watch 6 Classic. But you know, I guess we can't get everything we want. The last thing I want to talk about, man, and that has to deal with the Galaxy Tab S9. Now, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of the Galaxy tablet. As you know, I actually have it right here in my possession that I'm using right now on the screen. But this Galaxy tablet, y'all, I think the Galaxy Tab S9 is just a dope tablet. Like, to me, granted, I do use iPads and different things like that, but I feel like on the Android side, the Galaxy tablet, man, you just can't go wrong with. So to me, anytime that I can see any type of improvements to a line like the Galaxy tablet, then I'm all for it, because like I said, the S8 Ultra that I got right here, I still use this bad boy today. Although, man, it's literally like having a whole laptop here to be able to use. And I felt like them bringing and improving that on the Galaxy S9 series, I think is going to be even doper, man. But I'll be honest with y'all, man, I felt like this keynote or this Samsung Unpacked really wasn't the most exciting one. Honestly, I felt like it was lacking a lot of kind of innovation in this one. I felt like this was really one of those like just lateral moves. Like it was nothing that was going to take us to that next level as far as innovation when it comes to the products that they came out with. So to me, you know, I would have liked to see more, maybe some new surprises or something like Samsung. I want that innovation back, and I just didn't feel like we got it in this one. And I kind of feel like Samsung has kind of been moving right along kind of that Apple path as far as like not really making huge incremental changes like we're used to seeing with Samsung in the past. So I don't know if Samsung is kind of in a rut right now, if they're in a funk right now, but hey, Samsung, I need y'all to snap out of it, man. I feel like you're giving us the same stuff.